There's a guy online who described watching lightning hit the power pole right outside his house, and by the time it was over, he said every outlet had a black ring around it like soot. They opened up the walls and the wiring was cooked and the whole house had to be gutted and rewired. Now, I can't verify every detail of somebody's story online, but the argument underneath is the part I couldn't leave alone, because half the people were sure the little surge box in their panel would have stopped all of that, and the other half was saying the box has almost nothing to do with lightning. I live in Central Florida, which the National Weather Service actually does call the lightning capital of the United States, and you live through one summer here and you stop caring who else wants the title. The storms roll in around 4 o'clock, the sky goes dark, and everybody kind of just holds their breath. I've spent a lot of time around surge protection, and I've made videos about it before, so I figured this would be simple. Instead, I landed in a comment fight where a very well-known electrician says these boxes have basically nothing to do with lightning. Another guy says they absolutely can help, and somebody else walks away believing the box will protect his house from a direct strike. And the more I read, the more I realized they weren't even arguing about the same thing. Everybody was using the word lightning, but one guy meant a bolt attaching to the house, another meant a surge coming in from a nearby strike, and somebody else was treating those like they were the same event. A whole home surge protector is tied into your electrical service, usually at the meter or the main panel. When the voltage suddenly jumps, it reacts in a fraction of a second and cuts down how much of that surge keeps moving into the house. It doesn't store electricity, and it doesn't shut everything off like a breaker, and that's where the whole yes or no question, does it protect against lightning, starts to fall apart. If a bolt attaches to the house, the roof, or the service mast, that little box is not suddenly a lightning rod. By itself, it's not a complete lightning protection system. A full system is the kind of thing you picture on a church or a big commercial building with rods on the roof and heavy conductors running down the structure, grounding and bonding and surge protection where the power and phone lines come in. All of it working together to give the lightning current a deliberate path down to the ground, and even that can't promise everything comes through a direct strike untouched. But lightning hitting the pole outside is not automatically the same as lightning attaching to your roof. A strike to a utility line, a transformer, a tree, even the ground nearby can shove a very fast surge towards the house through the electrical service, and knocking down how much of that gets through is one of the jobs the box is actually built for. That still doesn't mean zero damage. The surge can be bigger than the device can handle, or it can find another way in. But saying the box has nothing to do with lightning is too broad, because lightning-related surges are a real part of the job. Then there's the less dramatic stuff happening every single day. Your air conditioner, your refrigerator, the well pump, all of it starting and stopping, and the power company switching equipment around on their side too. That can throw brief little spikes down the wiring. Now, it doesn't mean the AC sends a miniature lightning bolt through the TV every time it kicks on, but those smaller disturbances are real, and the box is meant to help with those too. So the electrician saying it's not a lightning rod is right, and the people saying it helps with lightning-related surges are also right. The homeowner's just standing there looking at a box with a giant lightning bolt printed on the front, and it's easy to believe it protects against a lot more than it really does. And I've bought enough things off the picture off the front of the box to know exactly how that happens. That's really what changed how I looked at these. I didn't find out the boxes were useless, they're not. I found out they get sold like a little green set it and forget it box that'll protect the house forever. Most can take repeated hits, but they don't last forever. One big surge can take one out, and the smaller stuff wears the parts down over time. And that green light, on a lot of units, it's actually tied to the protection circuit, so it's telling you more than just that the power is on. But it is not a fuel gauge. It cannot tell you how much protection is left. You could be sitting there looking at a happy green light with nothing behind it. So I went to the warranty because the warranty told me more than the comments did. Leviton advertises up to $25,000 in connected equipment coverage on one whole home surge warranty, but you file under your homeowner's insurance first, and the protector itself has to be damaged. The claims due within 30 days, and direct lightning strikes and outdoor HVAC are excluded. That's not saying every manufacturer's warranty reads that way. It's saying the big number on the box is not the warranty. The warranty is the page nobody reads until something expensive won't turn back on. So where'd I land? If this were my house, yes, I'd put one on. This isn't some fringe gadget anymore. The 2020 National Electric Code made surge protection a requirement for the service supplying a home, though what applies to yours depends on the code version where you live. but I'd put it on for the job that it actually does, knocking down sudden surges coming from outside or inside the house. Not because there's a lightning bolt on the package, and not because the green light told me the whole house was covered. The box at the panel is one layer, and some of your electronics may still want protection closer to where they plug in, and a cable, phone, or antenna line can hand a surge another way in. That's why the seatbelt principle is the safest approach. You buckle it because it gives you a better shot when something goes wrong. Nobody thinks it makes the car crash-proof. So would I buy one? Yes, but I'd want to know what I was buying, who made it, whether it's properly listed, how it's getting installed, what is that green light really telling me, and what the warranty is leaving out. That big dollar figure on the box reads like insurance, but once you're into the fine print, it might not work that way at all. And the direct hit, I think I finally have my answer. Once the bolt actually attaches to the house, we're not talking about one little box at the panel anymore. That's a whole lightning protection system. Different job, different price, probably a different video. What I still want to figure out is whether one of those full systems even makes sense on a normal house, and what it really costs to do right, and what happens with the insurance company if you do all of it and still lose your equipment. So if you install these, inspect them, work the utility side, or handle the claims after a storm, tell me what you've actually seen. Did the panel box save the gear? Did the surge find another way in? And has anybody ever watched one of those big connected equipment warranties actually pay out the way the homeowner thought it would? Because around here, 4 o'clock comes back around whether I've got this figured out or not.